Hey everybody. Hey, it's May 24th, about 1:30 in the morning. It's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Mary Beth. Mary Beth hurt her wrists, so she's recovering from this double injury that she's got. So, Mary Beth, I hope you feel better. Um, well, all you XTC fanatics, uh, I can't believe I'm doing another video on my 7-inch XTC collection, and it'll include my 10-inch records because I do have a couple of new 7-inch records and a new 10-inch vinyl piece. So, and I want to do this very, very quickly. So I'm going to start almost immediately, like almost. Okay, right now. And actually, the very first record that I'm going to show you is one of the new ones. Now, this looks familiar. I'm sure if you've seen my channel and you've seen my XTC 7-inch collection, you're going, wait a minute. That's the same first Statue of Liberty single, right? Well, it's not. Oops. Actually, this one is. So let me get to the one that I should be showing you. This is the first one. This is the first one, right? See? All right. They look identical. Well, the picture sleeves certainly do. Except this one's dinged up a little bit. You know, the guy, I was so annoyed. I bought this from a guy on eBay. It wasn't a Discogs transaction, it was eBay. And I was so excited to get this. And I'll show you why immediately here. This is actually a an earlier pressing, and it is, I guess this is a promotional single because it's got the large A, right? And you know, so it's got the cool red and blue earlier label, and is in very nice condition. But the guy, when he shipped it to me, he put the single in a box that it just barely fit in it. So he kind of crunched it up a little bit. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why would anybody dealing with records? Why would you do that to somebody who bought your item? Why would you ship it? Why would you compromise the shipping? You got to be a dingleberry to do that. I mean, that's really stupid, right? I would never do that. I'd be very, very careful about it. And most people on Discogs and even on eBay, I think most people are very careful. Not this dum-dum, but, you know, I gave him positive feedback. I said, hey, you know, very nice. And it is. The record's in, I'd say, very good plus shape. My later pressing that I've had for years is actually in slightly quieter condition. But I like, I always I always wanted to get an earlier pressing, and it's nice. Like I said, the actual picture sleeve is identical, but it's a little beat up. That's all. So, and of course, then there's this one, and it's obviously a later pressing because it's on the green and red. It's got those green and red labels. A later pressing. So there you go. Right? So that's one of the new ones. I'm going to correct a lot of information in this video too, I think, from the last two that I did actually. Here is my single pressing of This Is Pop. What a beautiful picture sleeve. I love this. And of course, Heat Waves on the back. Does anybody, if you're into the videos, the promotional videos that they've released, This Is Pop was released on a compilation video years ago. And Heat Wave is one that you can find. There's actually a promotional video for Heat Wave. You can find that. I know that I found it on YouTube years ago. It's probably still there. It was kind of like, it looked like it was like third generation or something, but so the quality wasn't all that great, but maybe there's a newer version on YouTube. Who knows? Maybe somebody posted something up. I haven't looked for a long time. But anyway, yeah, here it is. This is Pop with the red and blue label from the mid to late 70s. And in absolutely, I would call it near mint condition. It's in beautiful condition. Of course, This Is Pop, the single version of This Is Pop, is totally different, a totally different recording from the album version. And so if you were a collector, you know, if you were collecting XTC records right from the beginning of their career, you'd want to score this right away, because you got two non-album tracks, actually, two non-album recordings. Here is another single. Both sides are non-album recordings in England. And in the USA, I made a mistake. I said that the US pressing on Virgin International included the track, Are You Receiving Me? That's not true. So my mistake. I apologize for that. And there is a pressing from France that includes Are You Receiving Me? And I actually had a French pressing years ago. Are You Receiving Me? And, oops, and Instant Tunes. Beautiful. Yeah, I had a French pressing a long time ago. What I was trying to do was score a British import pressing. And I really wanted to get that because I wanted to get an original pressing with the Go Plus EP. And years and years ago, you didn't have Discogs and you didn't have the internet. So here. Are You Receiving Me? And Instant Tunes. All right. I used to give out the catalog numbers. Who cares? Nobody cares about that, I don't think. If you care, let me know. My mistake. But anyway, I ordered an import pressing, and I was thinking that it was going to be a British pressing. I didn't know what I was doing when I was, back when I was 19, 20. I had no idea what I was doing when I was ordering this stuff. I should have been more careful. I ended up getting what I thought was going to be the British pressing. I ended up getting a French pressing. It was interesting. It was cool. What it had was the little fold out poster that you get in the British release and in the American release as well. You got the four guys. You got Andy and Barry Andrews, and you got Colin Moulding, and you have Terry Chambers. That's you got the two guys on the front of the cover and two guys on the back. You don't have the black and white type set cover. And the label's cool. So Black Virgin Records label, if I remember correctly. But what makes it interesting is that it has that extra track. It has Are You Receiving Me? I believe it's on the B side of the record, of the album. So anyway, there was only one single associated with it, Go To. It was Are You Receiving Me? And then Barry Andrews left the band, and you get Dave Gregory joins the band. But before they released a single with the new lineup, there was a magazine called Flexi Disc Magazine, or Flexi Pop Magazine, and Colin Moulding wrote a song called Looking for Footprints. And Flexi Pop Magazine got the license to release that track on this very floppy piece of plastic. All right, so whoops. So there you go. It's Looking for Footprints, and Barry Andrews is definitely on this track. All right, so Looking for Footprints. I don't know why I'm showing you both sides, but anyway, the this side is has the label facing you so that you can read it, but the music's actually on the flip side. I think I demonstrated that the last video that I did on these 7-inch records. But it's an outtake from, I guess it's an outtake from Go To, the Go To album. So there we go. Let me turn the last page of the Flexi Pop magazine. I turned it into this goofy cover. Half of Colin's face is missing. And of course, Dave Gregory is in the photograph, but he's not on the track. It's Barry Andrews. So obviously they released this track a few years later. But at any rate, they ended up redoing the song, and it's on the box set. What the heck's the box set called? I can't remember. Coat of Many Cupboards, I believe. And they gave it a different title. They called it Sleepyheads. Colin Moulding wrote it anyway. Colin was pretty busy back then. So the Barry Andrews was gone, but he did release some non-album singles. I think he put some albums out. Can't remember the name of the band, unless he used his own name. But anyway, he released some singles and an EP using his name, Barry Andrews, and this is the Town and Country EP. And there's the poor little guy in a mouse trap. And Barry wrote some cool tunes, I think. Here's the EP. All right. And here's the B-side. Nice little 4-track EP that plays at 45. these short tunes, so you can, they fit. All right. There's Barry's Town and Country EP, and then he released these two singles about a year apart or so. Same A side, it's a different mix, and the earlier version is a little bit shorter, I believe, and the B sides are different. So this VS 378, this was released back in 80, I think it was 1980, and this is 1981. Yeah. Yep, 1980, 1981. So, this was Rossmore Road and Win a Night Out with a Well-Known Paranoiac. All right, so, and then this was Rossmore Road, but it was a different mix and a little bit longer, and Pages of My Love. I believe this one's longer. Pretty sure, yeah. And so here's the regular green and red labels for 1980. And 1981. Yeah. This is just slightly longer. This is a little different because it doesn't have the XTC on the side. It's got it. Well, it's not XTC actually, right? It's got the name of the artist anyway. It's just regular. It's right underneath the title. It's not like catty corner, like those earlier XTC releases. But anyway, and this earlier single too. But anyway, so those are the three non-album singles under released under Barry's name. And then of course, Barry's out. Dave Gregory has joined the band. He was invited in, and they released this. Ooh, whoops. Hold on. Why you? Ah, you see what I did? You see these, and I'm sure I talked about this earlier too. These very thick plastic sleeves give off some kind of gas. I can't remember what kind of gas it is, but it can affect the records that are stored in it. So what I did was I got one of these things and I stuck the record in here to try to help prevent any damage to the record. Of course, I left it in there for years. The record plays, you know, fine. It's okay. But I'm trying to preserve it, and I don't want to get rid of the package because it's part of the packaging. Because you know, it's got that Gerard turntable on it. So, right? Are you receiving me? Right? And of course, here's the front. This thing opens up and shows you the two albums that you have, or that you can get, and the 12-inch 3D EP, and then the three singles that I just showed you. All right, and the lyrics for Life Begins at the Hop. The B-side is Homo Safari, and there are no lyrics. It's an instrumental, so there you go. All right, so it's Put this back in here. Oh. Is this the back? Yeah. Oh boy. Here we go. Look at that. The record is hosing me up. There it goes. All right. Life Begins at the Hop. 2 clear vinyl copies of Life Begins at the Hop. Yeah, if I like an artist, sometimes I get multiple copies, like a maniac. Then there's the second single from Drums and Wires, Making Plans for Nigel. This is the one that sucked me in. And this is the regular 7-inch picture sleeve with Bushman President and Pulsing Pulsing. All right, now here's the regular label for the regular picture sleeve. It's just a regular gray label. And here's the B-side. You can see that there's 2 tracks, Bushman President and Pulsing Pulsing. I think Bushman President was the second just put that fan on because it's hot. It's warm in here. Bushman President is the second in a series of 6 tracks in the Homo Safari series. All instrumentals that Andy wrote. Yeah, Bushman President. So, all right, beautiful. And of course, if you've seen my previous videos, you know what this is. And even if you haven't, it is still the same thing. It is the board game version. There's no picture sleeve. This opens up into a board game. And the board game version has a slightly different look. It's got the label's got that white line going through the gray, breaking up that gray label. So there you go. I've opened up that board game a zillion times now, so I'm gonna skip that in this video. If you've never seen the board game before, you can just look at one of the previous 7-inch videos. Just skip to this particular record and you can see what the game board looks like. It's beautiful. Very cool. And the next single off of, actually it's not on the record. Drums and Wires. It's Wait Till Your Boat Goes Down, a non-album A-side. And the B-side is 10 Feet Tall, but it is an alternate mix. And it's actually produced by a different producer, Phil Wayman, of courtesy of Utopia Records. And Andy Partridge developed the front of the picture sleeve. That's his handiwork. Very cool. Just the regular green and red labels. Cool. And then there are, it was when Drums and Wires came out that I just went nuts and started buying everything that I found by XTC, including the two US pressings of these records. These are both EPs. They're 3 tracks. So you get Making Plans for Nigel on the A side, and you get This Is Pop and Mechanic Dancing. This Is Pop is the single version of This Is Pop, and the second track is Mechanic Dancing. It's from the album Go To. So they kind of gave you a sampling of some of the earlier material. And I thought it was cool because This Is Pop is a single version. So if you have the album, you still have that album version. Making Plans for Nigel. Woo. Beautiful. And then here you get 10 Feet Tall. It's the, oh, you know what? Yeah, 10 Feet Tall. This is the single version, the B-side of Wait Till Your Boat Goes Down. Now in America, they put that single version on the A side, and then the B side, side 2, you get, excuse me, you get Helicopter, which is from the album, and you get The Somnambulist, which is a B-side from the next album, Black Sea. Why they didn't put Wait Till Your Boat Goes Down on the B-side, I don't know why. So you can't get that song on this record, right? Same blue and white labels. But it's so cool because, you know, and I didn't care. I didn't know. This is all new to me. So I was like, wow, this is cool, man. Somnambulist. And what a cool song Somnambulist is. Kind of a creepy tune. I like that. In Holland, they released this picture sleeve, Wait Till Your Boat Goes Down. And the B-side is 10 Feet Tall, the single version. I like it. Looks a little different, you know. So beautiful copy, in really, really great condition. The single itself, the record itself, is in beautiful shape, and this picture sleeve, I don't know if I showed you the back of it here, but it's just beautiful. I just love it. I love how different it is. I'm sure Andy was probably kind of like, probably a little annoyed, like, hey man, what about my art? But this is cool. I love it. So in America and in England, you get Andy's cover art. In Holland, you get that cool picture sleeve. Right here is the Japanese pressing of Making Plans for Nigel. And I picked this up because of the B-side. This is Pop and Are You Receiving Me? They're two live recordings on the Japanese record. And here's the back of this little piece of paper. You get the lyrics for Making Plans for Nigel. And beautiful package. Costs a little more because it's from Japan, but those Japanese pressings are really in beautiful condition. They're beautiful. I love Japanese pressings. And then here's the Canadian. I have like 17 different versions of this record, or of this song. 17 different records, or 17 different sources of Making Plans for Nigel. This is the Canadian pressing. And the reason that I liked it was for the B-side. I thought was cool. That Outside World was on the B-side of the single Making Plans for Nigel out of Canada. No picture sleeve. You just get the record. And there you go. So let's put it back. And if you got this album, Drums and Wires in America, if you got an early pressing of it, you would get this 3-track EP. They call it side one. They call it a promotional. It's like a promotional EP because you're not supposed to be able to get this separately from the album. Okay. So, but anyway, it's Limelight is is on side one. It's 33 1/3, by the way. You play it the same speed as an album. And so side one is Limelight, and side two is Day In, Day Out and Chain of Command. They put Day In, Day Out on here because they wanted to make room for Life Begins at the Hop, the first UK single from the album. All right, so all right, and there you go. In England, you would get, if you had early pressing of, which I did, I got an early pressing of Drums and Wires, and in England, you got a single with Limelight and Chain of Command. Okay, so now we move on to singles from Black Sea. And of course I have all these cool British singles. I love this stuff. So here is Generals and Majors, the very first single from the album. They released a single record sleeve with Generals and Majors and Don't Lose Your Temper. This happens to be a gatefold with two records. It's a 2-record set. All right, so here you go. Very cool. I love I loved collecting these records when I was a kid. I loved it because they were just such cool packages. You get Generals and Majors, and the inside with these guys trying to figure out how they're gonna set off an atom bomb and not mess their hair up. That's what I like. So very unfortunate that we have to worry about, you know, the future of our lives depends on what these guys decide to do. Yeah, right. So yippee. So anyway, beautiful package. Something I learned recently too about pressings of this particular record, and this was a recent discovery. I didn't realize it, but the song on the B side of the record one is "Don't Lose Your Temper," but look, it's spelled Loose, so don't lose your temper, which is incorrect. They did. This is an earlier pressing. They did correct the spelling on later pressings, and so you can get it with this with the title "Don't Lose Your Temper," but mine is an earlier one. Don't lose like loose as a goose, that kind of loose. Don't lose your temper. So they spelled it wrong on the label. It's spelled correctly on the back of the single sleeve though. So all right, but anyway, I just learned that not too long ago. Doing research. Trying to make sure that I get all my ducks in a row before I turn on the camera and start talking about all this stuff. Because I have screwed it. I have provided incorrect information many times. Yeah, I don't want to do that now. I'm not really much of an expert, but I know enough to know better anyway. So anyway, beautiful package. You get two singles. There was that, like I said, there was a single sleeve with one single in it, but here you get two. And of course, I would think that's the one you prefer, right? Then here you get the second single released from that album, Towers of London. And this, again, is a 2-record set. Comes in this plastic sleeve. All right. And with that little hype sticker or whatever, that little round sticker on there. Tells you what it is. And then here you can pull it out. And here's the second single in its own little picture sleeve. And the picture sleeves are beautiful. I mean, see, here's the plastic sleeve, and you see there's like that shadow of that very beautiful building. But here you go. Here's Towers of London on this side, right? The B side is Set Myself on Fire, a live track, a BBC live track. All right. Oh, here, I got to show you the B side. Beautiful artwork, right? And here you get Battery Brides, another live BBC track. It's a very long version. It's over 6 minutes. And then the B side is Scissor Man, is it? Yeah, Scissor Man. Yeah, side B is Scissor Man. It's another BBC live track, right? I mean, right? Cool, huh? Yeah. And you get this, right? So you put them back in here and you right? Just a beautiful package. Here you get the same thing. Now the sticker said this sticker is removable, so I have removed the sticker from that from this second copy that I have. And same records, same 2-record set, but without the sticker because I don't know. I just was obsessed. Here we go. Check this out. Another Holland pressing, and it's a little different. Towers of London on the A side. And the B side is Battery Brides. It's only 1 record. Whoops. Oh, look. See? Look at this. This is from the DVD version of the DVD release of, and it's the surround sound series, the DVD release of Black Sea. All right, and I believe it's Andy's signature. Wait. Looks like Terry Chambers. Ooh, how cool is that? Looks like Terry Chambers, right? I can't remember. How cool. I keep it with the single, you know, one of these singles, because it doesn't fit in the package where it was originally, you know, came with that surround sound series. That's a small, it's like a small box. So I'm like, well, let me keep this with something, you know, something that it fits in. But yeah, that's Terry Chambers. Absolutely. And here's the record if you want to see. I know I always like looking at them. So you get Battery Bride, so you don't get Set Myself on Fire, and you don't get Scissor Man with this package, because those are 2 songs, and this is, you know, that would make this 4 songs, but this is a 1 single with 2 songs. They didn't release an EP or anything, so there you go. Anyway, I like keeping the postcard with Terry's signature on it in one of these records to preserve the card and the signature, and there it is. So there you go. Right, B-side's got the back of the sleeve's got the illustration of the album. Here's a second copy of this. The only reason I got a second copy of it is because I wanted to make sure I got a decent copy of the single when I picked it up, because I only got it maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. So here's here's Nodity. This was released after what was it? Towers of London. This was released after the single Towers of London came out. This is a British single. I don't know if it was released in other countries. I didn't even think about that, actually. But anyway, this was actually Colin Moulding, the Colonel, right? Too Many Cooks in the Kitchen, and I Need Protection. Terry Chambers plays the drums on here. And you have guitar, Rob Hendry, bass, the Colonel, drums, Terry Chambers, keyboards, Steve King, guitar, Bert Larson, backing vocals, Steve Warren sings backing vocals on this record. So there you go, Steve Warren. Hey, Steve. And recorder and backing vocals, Bridget Glossop, Glossop, Glossop. Mick Glossop is he's the one who produced this and engineered it. And Mick Glossop is actually was responsible for recording a bunch of live Zappa material back in the 70s. So I think that was pretty cool that Mick's involved, and apparently either his daughter or his wife or maybe his sister sings on here too. And then and anyway, you got Too Many Cooks in the Kitchen and I Need Protection, which is a very odd track, but it's cool. They're both cool songs with excellent bass and drumming, because Terry's on here. And that's so cool. So, but I guess they decided that these wouldn't make great XTC songs, so Colin put this single out as a separate piece, which is cool. Here's Sergeant Rock, the third single from Black Sea. This is such a cool package because it's a poster sleeve. I should show this because it's so cool. Well, the game sleeve for Making Plans for Nigel is really cool too, but I just figured I would try to save some time here. Anyway, for Sergeant Rock in England, they released it with this very nice custom label on both sides. The B side has Living Through Another Cuba and Generals and Majors. It's like a medley, I think a 2-song medley, a live medley. It's a live recording. And the songs, you know, the first song runs kind of into the second song. So you end up with kind of a medley. A medley. Yeah, you end up with a medley. I don't know what's so funny about that. Anyway. Here. I'm going to show you this because it's so beautiful. Sergeant Rock. And what you end up here with is, let's see if we can open this without tearing it up. Well, here, let me show you this side first. All right, so you get this beautiful shot of the guys, XTC. Sergeant Rock is going to help me, right? You see the whole thing? You see it? Why I oughta, right? And then there's this side, because it's two-sided, right? So you get this side, and what it is it's a cartoon. Obviously, it's a strip cartoon of the whole song with all the lyrics. You can follow along. Right? And it's nice. It's so beautiful. I love stuff like this from Virgin Records. I thought these beautiful, elaborate packages were really neat. So that's what you get when you get the poster sleeve. And it comes in a nice plastic sleeve with a little sticker on there. Includes free poster. Two-sided poster. Right, so there you go. So there you go. And then I picked up this. This is a French pressing of the same track. Sergeant Rock is going to help me. But it's an interesting pressing. It's an interesting release in France because the version of the A side of the song, Sergeant Rock is going to help me, on this British release is slightly edited, and in France they they released the the full version of the song. So you get the album version, the long version, or the album version of Sergeant Rock is going to help me on this single, which is cool, I think. And on the B side, you don't get any live tracks. You get you get two B sides, two non-album B sides. You get Strange Tales, and Officer Blue, and that's the first the title track of the first song on the B-side is Strange Tales, Strange Tales. And then you get Officer Blue. It's actually the B-side of their, in England, it's the B-side of the next single. Those two tracks are the B-side of the next British single. But in France, these are the B-side of Sergeant Rock is Gonna Help Me, and you get the album version of the song on the A-side here. In France, that's what you get. France is kind of cool. They got kind of some cool collectibles. And no poster sleeve. It's just a little picture sleeve. So, you know, you got that arrow there, right? But there's no poster sleeve. So, it's just, well, that's what happens. The arrow points to nowhere. Yeah, go ahead, make fun of me because I'm laughing like a goofball, but I'm entertaining myself while I do this. It's pretty lame, isn't it? All right, so anyway, and here is the fourth, maybe the fifth if you include the Colonel, if you include Too Many Cooks in the Kitchen as one of the singles, but it's not on the album. It's not even an XTC track. But anyway, here's Respectable Street. This is a British, the last single from Black Sea. All right, so beautiful picture sleeve anyway, and a very different mix of the song, and that's all I will say. And the B-side is, you know, on the B-side there are those two songs, Strange Tales, and Officer Blue. All right, so the A-side, rather different mix of the song, all right, and slightly different edit as well. And then here's the back, Strange Tales. So again, it's just a great catalog by a really great band, where you get all kinds of great B-sides. I mean, these guys wrote a lot of music, so they had plenty of songs left over after they put their album out. They had plenty of songs left over for B-sides, and they really delivered. I mean, let's face it, these guys were great. Another copy. Because two are better than one, right? So, oh, I forgot about this. All right, RSO Records released a double album called Times Square. It included a track by XTC called Take This Town. The B-side is a song by the Ruts, Babylon's Burning. This is a British release, but it's on RSO Records because they released the soundtrack for the album. But it's nice that they put this XTC song out. XTC was just kind of exploded, and I guess Robert Stigwood decided to release this as a single, A-side, backed with the Ruts, Babylon's Burning. But you know, this single, if you didn't get the album, if you didn't get the album Times Square, you could get this single, and you'd have this XTC track. So there you go. I don't think that, I think it's the mix on the album is identical to the single that was released here. So, but it's not on Virgin Records, it's on RSO, because that's who put out the soundtrack for the movie. So you get this cool picture sleeve. And there you go. I don't, I must have played Babylon's Burning Eye. I can't remember what it sounds like. Huge XTC fan. What can I tell you? All right, so here you go. And then in Canada, just one more record from Black Sea. In Canada, I'm gonna pull it out. When I say that, I mean the record out of the sleeve. I'm gonna pull it out. In Canada, in America, they released this single, Love at First Sight, but in Canada, they also released it, Love at First Sight. In America, the B-side was Living Through Another Cuba. And it was on RSO Records, actually. It was on RSO, that's right. In America, the album was released on RSO. Or was it Epic? I think it was RSO. Anyway, and Love at First Sight was pressed slightly faster. For some reason, they decided to make it a little faster. They wanted to excite people a little bit, all right? But in Canada, there was plenty to be excited. There was plenty to be excited about, because the B-side was an exclusive 3-track, 3 live tracks. On the B-side, you had 3 live tracks recorded in Sydney, Australia, and you had Beattown, or you have Beattown, Roads Girdle the Globe, and This Is Pop. So you have 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 10.5 minutes worth of music. The A-side you play at 45, the B-side you play at 33 1/3, because they really squeezed the music on. And I picked this up really late in the game. I picked it up about 4 or 5 years ago, this single from somebody in Canada, and it is in beautiful, immaculate condition. You know, when you're playing a 45 or a 7-inch record, and the speed is 33 1/3, usually that compromises the sound. But I'll tell you what, man, whoever had this record, I think it was some girl who I bought it from, and it is just in an immaculate condition. That's all I can say. It is beautiful, very, very quiet. I dropped a needle on that B-side, and there's no pops or ticks or noise or nothing. And when the music starts, it's crystal clear, and it's just perfect. It's beautiful. So anyway, Love at First Sight. So if you're looking to collect everything on a single that you know that was ever released, this is kind of a holy grail. This is kind of something that you're going to want to see if you can find. I imagine there are more copies of it out there, but I haven't looked at them since I've owned my copy, so I don't care. But anyway, so that, all right, now we're moving on to English Settlement and the singles from that album. The very first single is Senses Working Overtime. Here's a regular British copy of the single. It's a sticker from I don't know where that sticker came from. It didn't come with the record, but it's here. let me show you this. It's from English Settlement. I don't know if you could see that. Can you see it? XTC. It's got the little horse on the bottom. I can't see it. Maybe you can see it on this side. Yeah, there you go. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. So I get the sticker, and I can't remember where I got it from, but I didn't want to stick it on anything. I wanted to save it. So I leave it with this picture sleeve. And here is Senses Working Overtime. And it's actually an EP with 2 songs. Blame the Weather, which is an awesome song by Colin, and a great track by Andy Partridge too. Tissue Tigers, The Arguers. Great songs. I love Blame the Weather. There's something about Colin's songs that he writes. A lot of times, I don't know, man. He's just, that guy has written some really amazing tunes, and I just love them. They just, for whatever reason, they resonate with me, and I just love them. And Andy does too. He writes tons and tons of great stuff. He might be a little bit more prolific, and maybe even a little competitive, and he writes great stuff. But for some reason, Colin's compositions are just, I don't know. I love them both. I'm not trying to say one's better than the other or anything. I'm just saying that you know, they're both great stuff. So you here's a copy of the British single of Senses Working Overtime, and those 2 great B-sides. And here is, like, yeah, Virgin Records, man, with the packaging, they would mess with it. Okay, so here's Senses Working Overtime, but it's a different kind of sleeve. That it's paper sleeve that folds out all kinds of crazy ways, and it's got all these cool images to stimulate your senses, I guess you could say, right? Whoops. What was that? Oh, another piece, another sticker featuring art from English Settlement. And I keep it with this fold-out sleeve. And the thing I want to show you about this fold-out sleeve is that with this sleeve, you get the lyrics for the 2 songs on the B-side, all right? Blame the Weather and Tissue Tigers. Right, so that's what this thing does. It folds out all over creation, and you have these different images that are kind of, you know, featured on this fold-out sleeve. So there you go. I don't know who came up with this fold-out sleeve idea, and I don't know if it was Andy or not. But anyway, it's cool, man. I saw that. I didn't know about this. I had the regular picture sleeve, and then one day I was shopping and found this thing and went, whoa, I didn't know about this. That's when I realized I got to start paying better attention to what's going on. So anyway, it's a shame because it wasn't perfectly folded, so this stuff is a little bit slightly off, but it don't matter to me. I'm happy with this. And then it's got a little stamp that says "Made in England" on it. See? Where was it made? In England. Here, let me put this in here. Slip it in the back here. But anyway, there it is, this fold-out sleeve. I gotta take a break. Wow, it's been an hour and 5 minutes. I was hoping this would be a lot quicker than the last one, but oh my God. All right, so the second single is actually another EP, Ball and Chain. This is a British pressing of Ball and Chain. And here's the B-side. It's got one of those old XTC. It's supposed to look like an old British Beatles single, I guess, or something. And it's got the, you know, picture of the band. But anyway, it's got, what's great about this is the A-side, you get the album version of Ball and Chain. And the B-side, like I said, it's an EP. There's 2 songs on the B-side, Punch and Judy, and Heaven is Paved with Broken Glass. And nice custom label. There was a custom label on that. Senses Working Overtime. I think I showed that to you guys, right? So here's the custom label for this little EP. And so you get Ball and Chain on the A side, then you get Punch and Judy, and Heaven is Paved with Broken Glass. Now, this 7-inch, or maybe you know, both of these, this last record, Senses Working Overtime, and then this one, Ball and Chain, they both were released in England as 12-inch singles as well. But Ball and Chain is an interesting release because of the second B-side, Heaven is Paved with Broken Glass. It's a different mix. It's a longer mix, a longer recording, and it's a different mix than what was released on Beeswax and Rag and Bone Buffet. Rag and Bone Buffet, that compilation. There's a version of Heaven is Paved with Broken Glass. It's the same as on the Beeswax compilation. It's a unique mix. What was released on here, Heaven is Paved with Broken Glass, it's a unique mix. I think it's only available, at least on a physical medium, it's only available on this record or the 12-inch record. It's a different mix. Like I said, it's slightly longer. And actually, I prefer the mix on this record, or the 12-inch. I prefer that the single mix than the compilation version mix. They're both great, don't get me wrong, but the thing is, if you want to get that mix, I think you have to, unless it's available as you know, on streaming or whatever. I don't know if it is or not. I have no idea. I don't stream. I go out and buy this stuff. So I have it, a hard copy of it. But if you want a physical copy of that mix, you need to get the 7-inch record or that 12-inch record, 12-inch single. So there you go. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so, and here's the third single. Again, it's an EP from English Settlement, No Thugs in Our House. And look at this package. It's just so cool. All right. So you open up that thing, and now you're in the house, right? See this? See what it's like here? This is like a like the a stage setting for a play. And so, right here you go. And here's like a window in the kitchen, I guess you could say, or maybe the dining room, or I don't know. And there's a window, and you can look across the street, and you can see a neighbor's house across the street. So cool, because there's a custom label on that record. And here, let me pull this stuff out again. How many times have I done this? Probably 4 or 5 times now. This is maybe the 5th time. I want to show you this record because the label is so beautiful. Here's the A side. Right? Look at that. It says XTC underneath the print. That's somebody's laundry on a line or something. And then the B side has three tracks, a 4-track EP. So you get Chain of Command and Limelight from the free single from Drums and Wires, and you get a song, a really short track called Over Rusty Water. It's a real brief instrumental by Andy Partridge. Here, there. I keep that space music going, man. So here you go. Over Rusty Water. It's kind of got an Egyptian kind of a feel to it, and the label reflects that. And you can see it says XTC again underneath the print, the font. Pretty cool. So anyway, oh, and then you have this little thing. You can cut these little strips. All these characters are tied to the, they're connected to those little strips, and you can cut those strips out of this little thing, which of course I didn't do because I have that collector mentality. And then you can like do a play with that elaborate sleeve that you get with this thing. It's kind of cool. Anyway, that is what that's all about, and it's pretty neat. So here, let me put this back. Try to put it in here. I'm really, really careful with this stuff, obviously, because I want to carefully preserve the items that come with these records. All the stuff that comes with it. Be very, very, very careful not to bend anything or see, like that. It's okay, I didn't bend it. Oofa. All right, so there you go. There's no thugs in our house. Whew. And you get all the words on the back, right? The lyrics. That's what you get. All right, so all right, so now they stopped touring. Next album is Mummer. Beautiful collection. I remember when Mummer first came out, and I was like, some of these songs are cool. I like them. It's become one of my favorite XTC albums. It's just this great collection of music. No, you know, there's nothing linking any of the songs together or anything. It's just a bunch of songs, and they're just great songs, I think, anyway. So the first single is Great Fire. I used to have a big sticker on here. Well, I was able to remove the sticker. And so now you have, you have this plastic sleeve that comes with this, and the song is called Great Fire, and that's what this is supposed to look like. It's on fire, like a flame that's flickering. See? You see what I'm talking about? Whoa, it's on fire. Great Fire. You take the little plastic sleeve off. Now you have this thing. And Great Fire, right? And the B side is Gold. It's orange. I don't know why they called it gold. I don't know. Why not make it like gold? I guess they wanted to make it look more like fire. So, but anyway. And here's the custom label. Great Fire. And Gold. It's red on both sides. And I love these songs. Great Fire grew on me. When I first heard it, I was like, it's okay. But I really did grow on me. And then Gold is just a great tune. I love it. Gold. Two Andy tracks. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Great Fire and Gold. So there we go. Just put that away. I'll put this back in here. You can see what happens when you put it back. Oh, get in there, you dirty dog. You see, yeah, it's a struggle, man. Oh, here we go. And then you put this back in here, and you slide it back in, and it's like it's still fire. I'm still on fire. What the holy smokes? What are we gonna do? Oh my God! Oh, the humanity. So there you go. Great Fire. Great Fire and Gold. So cool. Anyway, there's the first single from Mummer. The second single is Wonderland. Colin Moulding's A-side, Wonderland. And what a beautiful little love song. I guess it's a love song, I suppose. Or Wonderland, a wonder song. What a neat little sleeve. And the B-side is an Andy Partridge pen tune called Jump. And what a great song that is. Here's your custom labels for the these two tracks, Wonderland and Jump. Come on. Yeah. Wonderland and Jump. Wonderland and Jump. Cool. Nice. Here's a French pressing. If you must see what the label looks like, well, it's very, very plain. Both sides have the silver label with that big hole. Nothing fancy schmancy. Wonderland and Jump, same tracks. And then there is the picture sleeve, or a picture disc version of Wonderland and Jump. Right here. Virgin, and back in '83 they were releasing tons of these. And right, and then there's Jump. Go ahead and jump. Right, so now this particular piece of plastic is relatively soft. It's not the hard plastic. I bought this from Vintage Vinyl in New Jersey years ago when Vintage Vinyl was still there, and I wonder if they realized that the plastic, those really thick plastic sleeves, ruined the record. Sometimes they could damage the playing surface, made it look kind of dull, and it sounded dull too. So I wonder if they replaced and somehow removed the stickers, and probably, you know what, probably not. Maybe Virgin Records got smart and they used thinner plastic sleeves that didn't give off that gas. But anyway, the third single from the Mummer album in England was and is Love on a Farm Boy's Wages. And what did they do? They released it in this very fancy looking wallet, right? And you get two records, just like you did with Towers of London and Generals and Majors. You got this really cool package again, right? See, this is somebody's wallet. See, his girlfriend and some very important papers and some pound notes. And the songs were Love on a Farm Boy's Wages and excuse me, and the B-side of that first single is In Loving Memory of a Name. It's an album track, one of Colin's songs, and I love it. It's just a beautiful tribute to those who've passed on, In Loving Memory of a Name. And the second single are two non-album tracks called, oh, here, I gotta show you these singles because they the labels, the custom labels are cool. So let me show you that. Love on a Farm Boy's Wages. And In Loving Memory of a Name, you got that church and the cemetery. And that's what you got. Really nice. There was a single 12-inch record released for Love on a Farm Boy's Wages with some live B-sides. Both labels look like this with the grass. All right, so anyway, nice little package here. The records, by the way, this wasn't released with those little 7-inch line sleeves. I added that. So you have to be real careful, until you get these line sleeves to protect the records. And here's the third track, Desert Island. And I don't know if you can see the image on the label. It's supposed to be a desert island, okay? And then side D. Yeah, you can see that there's a toy This is just called Toys, and you can see that's the face of like a soldier, like a toy soldier. That spindle holes right where his nose would be. So there you go. Desert Island and Toys. So let's put these away. Put these back in here. Here, wait a minute. There you go. See? I found this dude's wallet. Oh boy. So anyway, what a nice little package this turned out to be. Right? Cool. From 83, I think this was. So, at the end of the year, 1983, XTC wasn't available, so they got these other three guys, the Three Wise Men. And they put out a Christmas song that Andy wrote called Thanks for Christmas, and the B-side is a Colin Moulding track, Countdown to Christmas Party Time. Right, so here's the picture sleeve. Right, here's the B-side. Beautiful. Countdown to Christmas Party Time. And these festive little tunes are perennial favorites. Oh, oops. I didn't show you the record. So here's the record. Three Wise Men. All right, they're on their way to see Baby Jesus. Honey Baby Jesus. Oh, honey baby Jesus, help us all. Yeah, God knows we could use it. What a mess. Our world is a mess. It's whacked. It is whacked. All right, but anyway, what a great package this is. And both songs, I really like them a lot. Countdown to Christmas Party Time is kind of like a little funky dance track, I guess you could say, like a dance party track. It's kind of odd, but I like it anyway. And Thanks for Christmas is just a very resonant sounding Christmas track that Andy wrote, and I love it. And it's a great recording, so there you go. Both non-album tracks. Well, I think it's, yeah, they're on Rag and Bone Buffet. They're on that compilation record. But anyway, so in '84, they released the Big Express. Is that what it is? Big Express? And the first single from it is All You Pretty Girls. Now this is a a special die cut sleeve with a two-piece sleeve. And there you go. See? Boobies. Boobies. Here's the... outer sleeve, and here's the inner sleeve, and the inner sleeve houses the record, of course. And here you go. Look, see? For All You Pretty Girls, and Wash Away is the B-side. All right. Somebody had to get tattooed for this photograph, I suppose. And then here's the All You Pretty Girls custom labels and Wash Away. Wash Away might be one of the more, like, almost like an irritating kind of a tune. It's just like, maybe it's supposed to be irritating, because who wants to wash stuff? You know, not me. Not my job. I make the money. I wash stuff too. I'm not that, I'm not like, what I'm saying. I hope you do. If something needs to be washed and I'm there, I'll do it. All right. Anyway, and this came in a very flimsy plastic sleeve that had a little flap that folded over onto the back, and it was sealed with this little sticker. But the plastic sleeve was so annoying and so thin and so fragile that I just used I decided, let me put this thing in a regular plastic poly sleeve, and I just took the little sticker off and stuck it on the back here. That's where it would have been. But anyway, nice. Nice little package. Here's the next single that was released, This World Over. And when it was released, it came with these cards that were stuck to the front of it like this, but the glue on here, see, that's where the glue is. See, it would be like this, actually. Or here's where the glue was, down here, like this. And the glue just eventually failed on this particular copy. So, and that's what's underneath these postcards. So there's actually a picture of the button that will ruin the entire planet. Don't push it. Don't be a dummy and push that button. All right, so the song This World Over, wow, powerful, emotional. I don't know how many times I put it on and I would just start to cry because it was just such a powerful song. But anyway, This World Over, and the B-side is Blue Overall, another non-album track, Blue Overall. And there's the same stupid button that you shouldn't push. So don't push it. Why I oughta. So This World Over. All right, I have two copies of this because I do have another copy there where the glue didn't fail yet. I don't know if that's going to eventually happen. I'm not really worried about it because it's, it's okay. I still have the cards. So, all right, but anyway, great songs. Blue overall. All right, so here you go. Here, see, the little sticker is supposed to hold the cards on, and then if you remove the sticker, they flop down, and every place looks just like London. Okay, because you press the button and you just destroy everything. So there you go. Live and learn. Ugh. All right, and the third single is Wake Up. Wake Up. This is actually an EP. The B-side has the song Take This Town from Times Square movie, and Mantis on Parole. That's the Homo Safari track, series number 4. But anyway, Wake Up. What a great song by Colin Moulding. And there's the custom label. Because once those bells start going off, this guy's not going to be sleeping much longer. Because they're attached to his freaking head. So there you go. And oh, and the custom label for the B-side. Not really much to look at, I suppose. Not like this guy with those bells attached to his head. Hey, wake up. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I'm funny. I'm just having a good time doing my videos. There we go. Right? All right, then in '85, what happened? XTC was on vacation or something, but they lent their instruments to the Dukes of Stratosphere. So these guys managed to get into a studio with some old 60s, maybe late 60s, early 70s musical instruments, you know, like a Hammond organ with those what kind of speakers? What are they called? I can't remember. Anyway, they did some psychedelic stuff and they put out this cool single. There's no picture sleeve. It just came in a black sleeve. But the song, The Mole from the Ministry, is one of the best, like a pastiche of I Am the Walrus. I swear, it's such a great piece of music. First of all, I love the Beatles stuff from, I love their psychedelic stuff from the 60s, like 67, from the 60s, 1967, 68. Oh my God, some really great 66, right? Really good psychedelic stuff. Well, that's what this is. The Mole from the Ministry. And then there's My Love Explodes, the B-side. Both of these are on the 6-track EP that they released. And what a great little EP it is. It's like a mini album or a long EP. It's either a small album or a big EP. But anyway, the Dukes of Stratosphere released that record, and the Dukes of the Stratosphere released that album, right? That's what somebody said. So, but anyway, the Dukes of Stratosphere, wow, great album. You should get it. It's like early Pink Floyd, only different. Right? And then there's and that was the only single that they released from their little EP back in '85. Then they released, they got together with Todd Rundgren, who helped them produce Skylarking. Well, here's the first single from Skylarking, Grass. Here's the picture sleeve from it. And the B-side is Dear God. And dear God, dear God. And here's the beautiful custom labels for this single. I have the 12-inch as well. And holy moly, I just think that's just such a beautiful label, custom label. Side B. Wow, awesome. I love Virgin Records, man. I just think that they put out a product that is just, in most cases, when I get their, when I would get these singles, I would just be like, oh man, this is beautiful. And they really are just beautiful. In most cases, they really are very stunning and really well, just great images or interesting packaging, poster sleeves, and or just beautiful artwork. And that's what you get here on this one for sure. All right, Grass and Dear God. Let's see something here, because this is 882, VS 882, and this is VS 912. Is this the very next single that came out, or did I mix it up? No, this is it. This is the very next one. So, VS 912, this is the meeting place. Uh-oh, something's happening to me. Hay fever. Oh no. All right, here's the meeting place. the next British single, the second single from Skylarking, and it's the meeting place. And the B-side is the man who sailed around his soul. Now, both of them are album tracks. No non-album B-side here. But the 12-inch has 4 demos on the B-side. So if you are a collector of XTC music and you don't have the 12-inch of the meeting place, the 12-inch, the British 12-inch, you're missing out on those 4 tracks, unless I think they're all on the box sets, Coat of Many Cupboards. But anyway, the meeting place on the 7-inch, it's the meeting place and the man who sailed around his soul. Cool. And you just saw the label, so. But for those collectors who like special colored vinyl, guess what happened? Guess what they did? You can't guess? All right, you didn't even try. So I'll just show you. All right? Because you didn't bother to try, I'll just show it to you. And it's fine with me. All right, so what happened here? Oh, here, look at this. What the hell is this? All right, so here's the meeting place. And the B-side is the man who sailed around his soul, but it looks very different in this package, doesn't it? Well, it is different. Because look at this record. See? Now let me see if the actual, there's no label on it, right? What they tried to do was they tried to print, like stamp or etch the information that was on the label of the regular release. They tried to etch it into or stamp it into this plastic. and it really didn't it really didn't work very well. If you look carefully, you can see XTC. You can see it a little bit. It's really just doesn't show up at all, at least not on my phone here. So, but they have that piece of plastic here. Now this that sleeve, that hand is like silk screen onto this piece of plastic. I believe that's correct. Here, hold on a second. Yeah. And this white piece of cardboard. Yeah, this piece of plastic is silk screen on both sides, actually. Yeah, the meeting place, and then the back, the man who sailed around his soul. See what I mean? There's nothing on this white piece of cardboard. It's just to make it easier to just see the what's silk screen on this piece of plastic. See? Yeah. It's still there too. It's amazing. Anyway, so here's a special release of the meeting place. Clear record. The third record, or the third single, 7-inch single that they released, is actually Dear God. What they did was it became a big hit in college circles, and so they decided to make it an A-side. Virgin Records was like, hey man, we put a lot of money into these singles and 45s and double 45s, and so we're going to get our money back. And so they released Dear God as a single, A-side, and the B-side is Big Day. It's another album track. And so here's the regular Big Day. It looks like it's in the shape of a stained glass church window. How about that? Huh? See? So, so you got Dear God, and the B-side is Big Day. See? Custom labels. I love custom labels. Sometimes they're more interesting than other times, but I just think it's cool that they try to do something different and make it interesting. And Virgin Records, man, they rarely disappointed. It's such cool stuff, such cool records and picture sleeves, beautiful stuff. So, but anyway, Dear God and Big Day, two references to the church and God, really, right? Now, I was happy to have those three singles from those three British singles, right? But I learned from a big XTC fan on Facebook who who found a cool Canadian release. In Canada, every once in a while they just pull a string and do something very cool. So what happened was I learned about this single from Canada on this really cool, very unique looking Virgin Records label. They were going through some changes, so right around this time, which was 1986. And so In Canada, they released Earn Enough for Us for side as an A side, and Sacrificial Bonfire was a B side. And it's just a neat looking record. So what do you think of that? I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that. And I found somebody who had it, and they sent it to me, and it came in actually a pretty cool. I like this because there's no picture sleeve for this thing, right? So it came in a sleeve where they were able to write down a bunch of information about it. So this becomes the de facto picture sleeve for my Canadian single. Earn Enough for Us. Yeah, see? It fits nicely in there. And this is kind of bluish green, and that red label kind of looks cool. So I like that. So there you go. So my CD player exploded. All right, so XTC, they went away again. I guess those guys were on vacation, and the Dukes of Stratosphere got a hold of their equipment once again. Well, some old equipment, and they put out an album called Psychedelic Sonic Sunspot. Sonic Sunspot. And because it was spelled with a P. So they released the whole album, but they put out a single with 2 album tracks. Here's You're a Good Man, Albert Brown, even if he was wounded in the war. See? It almost looks like Sgt. Pepper. Almost, right? But it's not. Sgt. Pepper, he lived in a yellow submarine. Come on. And then there's Vanishing Girl. Boobies. So I gotta be careful with this because I don't want to be edited. The Dukes of Stratosphere, right? So they put this record out, but this record, look at this record. Isn't that beautiful? Psychedelic, purplish, purple and green marble, right? And then Vanishing Girl, the B-side. And it's great because it's marble. It's like this purple and green marble on both sides. I love that. If it was only on one side, I would probably throw this away and get a new one. Take it down to the record store and say, hey, can you fix this? It's only purple and green on one side. I don't like that. All right, that's silly. What a great single. And the album is just full of really great psychedelic flavored songs from the late 60s, or maybe maybe it was the late 80s. All right, anyway, beautiful, these guys. Obviously, you know it's XTC, E-I-E-I-O-N. Right? So that was 86, I think, right? Well, I learned about another record that they put out. It was actually Andy Partridge, Neville Farmer, and Dave Gregory, featuring John Otway. and it's it's a single. It's on Virgin Records, and it was released in 1987. It's called Bags of Fun with Buster. All right. The hit Viz comic pop record by Johnny Japes and his Jesticles. Squeak, squeak. That's what it says on here anyway. So, Johnny Japes and his Jesticles. Here, look what happened over here. I don't care what your name is, you're not bringing those in here. It's very silly. Anyway, this is an XTC collectible. It's not the whole band. I don't think that Colin Moulding was involved. Oh, here, you got to look at the, if you want, if you must know, if you must see it, here is the side A. Okay, it's Virgin Records, Virgin Music Publishers Limited, and Viz 1 is the catalog number. All right, so now you got Bags of Fun with Buster, and then you have on the B side the Scrotal Scratch Mix. Okay, side B. So this is a real oddity. I've listened to it, and then I've put it back in the sleeve, and it's just fun. It's just it's just silly fun. That's what it is. That's what you get. And it's not like Monty Python. It's more like Andy Partridge, because Andy Partridge isn't like I'm sure he must love Monty Python, but he's got his own brand of humor. It's very different, and it's crazy, and I love that. Anyway, you do get the words on the back of this thing. Anyway, that's what this is. This is a real oddity from 1987, a year after Sonic Sunspot. And then 2 years later, what happens? They release oranges and lemons and oranges and lemons. And the first single from that awesome album is Mayor of Simpleton. All right, so here's the British single picture sleeve of Mayor of Simpleton, and the B-side is an album track, One of the Millions. Oh, here, this has a kind of a silver plastic label on both sides. So it's just a pressed plastic label. This has a paper label, and I prefer the paper label. I think the paper label is more interesting. And it looks better, doggone it. So here you go. Here's the paper label, Mayor of Simpleton, and the B-side is One of the Millions, and it does look better. It's a better package. So there. So I have that, and I'm glad to have that rather than that other one with the plastic pressed labels. This kind of ugly silver labels. You know, obviously they were easier to press, cheaper to make. That's my guess anyway. Well, here is King for a Day. And Happy Families is a non-album B-side. It actually is on an album. It's on the soundtrack for She's Having a Baby with Elizabeth Shue. I think that's who was acting in that movie. I had that record. I had that album, but you move a few times and you run, you find that you have so many records that you don't even know what to do with them all. And so some of them I just tucked away in boxes, and eventually they left my collection. So that is one record that I regret losing, because it's got a different version of Happy Families. But anyway, here is King for a Day. This is, I believe this is the album version, or I don't think it's edited. I think it's the full version, the album version. And then here's Happy Families. It's a different mix than what was on She's Having a Baby soundtrack. All right. And of course, here's the picture sleeve. Beautiful. Look, it's made in the UK. That little sticker there to remind you that every time you pick one of these things up. Cool. Beautiful package. Hey, get in there. Why you? And then here is the third single, The Loving and Cynical Days. And here's the back of the sleeve. It's got a nice little heart there. And this has a nice white label, The Loving and Cynical Days. There's a 12-inch single out of England of The Loving, and it's got, I think, Cynical Days is on it, and it also has The World's Full of Angry Young Men. It's a non-album track. Why they didn't put the non-album track on here? Well, I guess they want you to buy the 12-inch. I guess that's the point, right? So anyway, but The Loving is a great song. Cynical Days is a great song. And it's got a nice little picture sleeve. Get the 12-inch and you'll get The World's Full of Angry Young Men, and that's a great song too. Right? Beautiful. 3 singles from that album, from Oranges and Lemons, with paper sleeves, or papal sleeves, papal, like the Pope, paper labels, which I like. Now I'm going to show you something. This is one of these unauthorized things. But they did some radio tour where they went around the country, the 3 wise men as XTC, right? They went around the country and they went to some radio stations and they performed some acoustic versions of some of the songs off of Oranges and Lemons, and some previous stuff too, and some otherwise unreleased tracks like Blue Beret, excuse me. And some enterprising knucklehead took these recordings when they were at I think they were, this was, KROQ FM Los Angeles, May 29th, 1989. So they were doing their tour, and somebody recorded the songs, and they put this 2-record set out. All right, the records themselves don't even have anything on the label other than Vigotone. But there's no songs listed. I guess that was to like, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of a loophole so that they don't get arrested for releasing somebody else's intellectual property. But anyway, the sound quality on these four sides, it's excellent. It's fantastic. I think XTC would have been smart to to take some of these recordings and release them. Why they didn't do that? They were on the radio. I don't. Could you get the rights to your own music and release them, and then maybe make a little extra money? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, here's the gatefold inner sleeves, or inner gatefold stuff. These guys are great. I love them. I love these guys. And so there's this. Oh, here's the track listing. If you must have it, freeze it. And you will know. Freeze it, hurry up. All right, so freeze it. Just freeze it. And then take a snapshot of it with your phone. And then you can look at the track listing. But anyway, nice. Really nice. And then they released None Such, their last album with Virgin Records, I guess you could say. And here is the Disappointed, the 7-inch single of Disappointed. Yeah, these have, well, this one certainly does. It has a, plastic silver labels. Disappointed, and the B-side is The Smartest Monkeys. It's an album track. It's on the album. They released some demos as CD single B-sides. Okay, some demos. But anyway, I wanted to get the 7-inch singles that were released. Wrapped in Gray is one of those elusive ones. Their very first one, the 3D single, which, that's very elusive. And the very last one, Wrapped in Gray, and I can't remember what was supposed to be the B-side. I think maybe it was a demo, or maybe not. Maybe it was an album track. But anyway, so there's this, The Disappointed, and here is the Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead. I think this is a better single, quite frankly. The Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead is such a lively track, or lively tune. And so here is that record. Another ugly label, just a silver label. But anyway, here is Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead, and then War Dance, a Colin Moulding track on the B-side. All right. Nothing too elaborate, they were, Virgin Records was, these are nice illustrations, and I'd like to see them on singles like this. Would have been interesting if they put out a box set of singles from that None Such album, and they had, larger art to look at, which is kind of cool. Right? But anyway, so there's that. Those records. And here is here's my Apple Vinyls box set. This, boy, ooh, easy does it there, Hoss. Hey, there you go. Here's the vinyl Apple box set. So 2 albums worth of music on 13 discs, along with some extra tracks. Where Did the Ordinary People Go? And Spiral and Say It. Look, Andy signed it, and so did Colin. Beautiful, beautiful. I picked this up when it was released because I had a feeling that maybe it would gain some. It would be hard to find it if you didn't get it right away. So I spent some money to get a copy of this. And I'm glad I did, because this is pretty valuable. Plus, you know, the signatures I love it. It's beautiful. So you get 13 7-inch singles compiling the 23 tracks from Apple Venus and Wasp Star, plus 3 new songs. That's what it says on the bottom there, see? If you don't believe me, freeze it. Freeze it! Look at that. There's your track listing. Right? But anyway, I'm not going to open this up and show you the puzzles you can do with the picture sleeves and show you the records. If you're really curious, just check out one of the older videos and you will see what's available there. I want to make this a little shorter, and I still have my 10-inch collection of records to show you, and that includes a new one, which my friend Joe Lisa, his guy's name is Joe and his last name is Lisa. He identifies as David Bowie. Joe Lisa, what a great guy. And it was from Joe Lisa that I learned about new pressings of the 3D EP, right? The 3D EP. There are actually colored pressings of this EP. It's a 10-inch record, not a 12-inch. And these were pressed by Ape, I believe it was. VF, Eco Jazz. But I think that this is Ape, right? Yeah, see? There's the little 3D monkey right there. See? So, anyway, I was hoping to get a green one with sparkles. That did not happen. Alright, yeah, that's cool. I wanted the green one with sparkles because that's the one that Joe had. But I didn't get that. I did get this really nice one. It's kind of like a grayish purple. I don't know what color this is supposed to be, but I dig it. I would have preferred the green one with the sparkles because I like the idea of sparkles in my record. I wanted to see if I could hear them when I play it. This thing's beautiful. It's real quiet. Science Friction. And then She's So Square and Dance Band, and Goodnight Sucker is also on the record. It's actually a separate band. It only lasts like 8 seconds, right? But anyway, what a beautiful record. And it didn't come with this uh, lined sleeve. I have a bunch of these, so I put the record in a lined sleeve. Now it's harder to get it in and out of here, but I'm gonna protect my record. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. Doggone it. And yeah, it's real nice. It's nice to have this. So it's funny, I have 2 copies of the 12-inch 3D EP. I don't have the 7-inch single version. If I did, I think I would be done, because I'm not looking for a wrapped in gray. Forget it. That's not showing up anytime soon. I'm not paying $3,000 for a wrapped in gray. But anyway, there's the 10-inch, my new 10-inch 3D EP. Here is Guillotine. This does not have the poster in it, but it does have the inner sleeve. And I stored it in a lined sleeve. And this has Traffic Light Rock. It's 1 minute and 40 seconds. And here you go. Here's the Traffic Light Rock. Stop and go all the time. Traffic Light Rock. Stop and go all the time. Traffic Light Rock. Stop and go. Oops, here, let's put this here on this side. Oh, Traffic Light Rock is on side 2. It's the very first track on side 2. Anyway, all right. Here, I want to show you something. When I got that 3D EP, I picked up the little tiny CD single EP, 3D EP single. For those who might be interested in knowing, like I said, Goodnight Sucker is on that 10-inch EP. It is also on the CD 3D EP CD version. This pressing has it as well. It's not listed, but it's not listed on the original EP either. So there you go. But anyway, I just wanted to have it. So I have it. And then you put it in here and you seal it away and you never play it for the rest of your life. I'm never going to play it again. All right, anyway, so there's that. Right? What else do I have? Oh, I have a few more of these cool things. Here is the 10-inch Canadian pressing of Ball and Chain. And No Thugs in Our House And Punch and Judy is also on the B side. 10-inch single for the price of a 7-inch single. Well, I couldn't pass that up, right? Now, I remember when I got this, and I'm like, wow, this is cool, you know? And then looking at it, I realized this is not a black record. I'll show you what I mean. See this? Come on, you dirty dog. Okay, there are dust particles on here, but look. Can you see? You see? You can see right through it. See what I'm saying? And it's kind of greenish. Right? See it? Kind of green. Look, I'm talking to Mars. Hey. I'm talking to the Martians in outer space right now. Get some XTC. It's better music than Lawrence Welk. Okay. I had to tell him that. Why space aliens would listen to Lawrence Welk? You got this really incredible technology. You're buzzing around space and you're listening to Lawrence Welk. Who told you to do that? Oh, No Thugs in Our House, Punch and Judy, and here's Ball and Chain. That's what I wanted. But both, you know, all three of these tracks are. Oh, actually, No Thugs in Our House. Yeah, that's not an album track, but Punch and Judy is a single B-side or an EP B-side from the UK Ball and Chain EP, the 7-inch and the 12-inch Ball and Chain EP. Punch and Judy. Right? And No Thugs in Our House. Cool. All right, there you go. There's that, right? And I have The Disappointed. Right? There you go. It's 10-inch Disappointed. And the B-side has The Smartest Monkeys and Humble Daisy. Right? See? Wow. Check this out. I got an inner sleeve, lined inner sleeve that's got a nice big window so you can see the cool label. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Right? So cool, right? That's cool. All right. Come on. Get. Yeah. It's identified on the spine. But look, there's more. I have this. Any Partridge, Apples, and Oranges. I ran out of music, you bastard. Composed by Syd Barrett. Composed by Neil Innes. Humanoid Boogie. And Apples and Oranges. That was Syd Barrett. And then Neil Innes wrote Humanoid Boogie. Here's the problem I have with this, though. And I said it in the last video where I featured this, showing this. They have stereo and mono versions of both of these songs But why not make one side the stereo tracks and one side the mono tracks so that you don't listen to the same song? I don't know. I just thought that that was kind of like, that would have been a better way to do it. You know, sorry. That's my opinion. I just think that makes more sense. But anyway, what a cool package, though. And then here's Robin Hitchcock and Andy Partridge, right? Planet England. And they've got this 4-song EP. Sorry, love, we're closed. Hello. Hello, love. Right? There's nothing on the spine. Oh, that bothers me. I hate that. So, right? So, I hate that. Nothing on the spine. How dare you? All right, here we go. There's that. And then there is TC and I. I love that. Terry, Colin, and I. Great Aspirations, recorded within the sound of Christ Church bells. Side 1, Scatter Me, Greatness, the Aspiration song. Side 2 is Kenny and Comrades of Pop. So you got 4 tunes. You get 2 songs on each side. Nice little inner sleeve. And here's side 1. Okay. Here's side 2. You get the label that tells you what's on what side. So there you go. And I love that Terry and Colin hooked up and did this. I just love those guys. I love that. I love that they're hanging out together and enjoying each other's company, and that's just beautiful. I love it. I love it. Here. There you go. This came with this. Colin Moulding and Terry Chambers signed this card. And this card will stay in here. And it's beautiful. You get the that signed postcard as well with another shot of the guys. And there it is, man. That is everything that I meant to show you. Yeah, sorry I didn't open up the Apple Venus box and show you all that stuff. But anyway, that's it. 2:29. It's 2.5 hours. Holy crap! I gotta go buy